Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining from. Thank you for being here. Good to see everybody here. A lot of folks in the chat, it looks like. So welcome and thank you for joining. So we've got a fun show in store for you today. I'm going to take a look at live streaming on Instagram, and I am joined by a very special guest. Introduce her in a minute. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning one of our regular viewers, welcome. Drop questions in the chat at any point. If you use the letter Q in front, it'll make it a little bit easier for me to see on my screen here. But I'm going to be keeping an eye on those questions. We'll kind of get to those in batches. So if I don't answer right away, don't worry. I'm not ignoring you. But let's go ahead and introduce our special guest. Joining me today from Las Vegas, and this is Rocky Nash live.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me, Aaron.
Uh-oh. After all that practicing, I can't hear Rocky in my headphones.
Uh-oh. Testing 1, 2, 3. We could definitely hear each other before, I guess.
I'll just wear these headphones. It's fine.
Okay, perfect.
We were tried so hard to get it right. I think my AirPods hopped over to my iPad or something. So my fault. Thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure. As always, it's good to see you since NAB in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a while ago. That was a good show. But let's go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know what you do.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rocky Nash. I'm a live producer here in Las Vegas. I started live streaming from my mobile phone before upgrading to other hardware and software solutions. Before I worked in network television news as a digital live producer. And now I've returned to working for myself at Savvy Streaming as an executive live producer. And I help people by helping them build their studio, run down, and launch their show.
Love it. So let's talk about why you are coming to us in vertical mode.
Okay, so I'm coming to you in vertical mode because I got early access to Instagram Live Producer, and Aaron and I wanted to run through a couple of use case scenarios. So I just went ahead and used eCamm Live and set up my profile in vertical format 9:16.
Great. Okay. So Instagram Live Producer. This is a new tool from Instagram that lets you stream to Instagram using RTMP, the way you would stream to YouTube or other platforms traditionally. Up until now, Instagram has been limited to live streaming from the Instagram app, right? So this is
Yes,
new. They're
mobile
opening
phone
this
only.
mobile phone
Right.
only. Yeah. Or things that pretend to be a mobile phone, like the
Exactly.
in-stream from YoloLiv. So that's the other
Yes.
option, of course. But this is new, and they're rolling it out slowly. I don't really have a sense, but
Yeah,
what
they
have you heard?
said that all users should have it soon, that it's going to be rolling out. That's what I read, that it's rolling out to all users. It's this ability to live stream using multiple cameras and add overlays using third-party software from your desktop computer. So you won't need another device to create dynamic broadcasts.
Great. Okay. So that is super exciting. And that means that we are going to have more options for doing more fancier Instagram live streams soon. But
Yes.
one of the tricks, of course, is that Instagram is vertical video. So all of the gear that I have here isn't really going to work for that unless I turn everything sideways, right? Like turn my cameras, turn my screens so I can see things sideways. But let's talk about how you are doing it with your setup using eCamm.
Okay, so using eCamm, I went ahead and created, because I have a 16:9 profile, but then I created another profile, turned my camera vertical, and that's how I built this so that I have more real estate. Because if you turn your camera sideways, you have more space then rather than cropping in. And from what I've heard is that they automatically crop in as well on some platforms. So it's better to turn your camera sideways. So I built this
Mhm.
profile in Instagram Live so I can switch through scenes, do screen shares, add animated graphics, different things you'll see in a moment. So I'm using eCamm right now. I don't know if you can't see my screen yet, but when Aaron shows you my screen, you'll see the behind the scenes of what I'm doing right now. Because
Yeah.
I can switch scenes, but I won't do it yet.
Okay. Okay. So for the stream today, we will be doing a stream inside of the stream to Rocky's Instagram using her eCamm setup. Before we do that, I want to go through the process of actually setting it up to share what it looks like to create the scene in eCamm and also do your multiple cameras, invite me as a guest into your stream, all that kind of stuff. So it'll be kind of like an eCamm getting started tutorial to start off with, right?
Right. And then we'll show other things. Yes.
And that, yeah. So, and by the way, eCamm's or Rocky's eCamm affiliate link is in the description below. So if you're interested, please do sign up with her affiliate link.
Thank you.
So do you want to take a look at your computer's screen first and walk us through
Sure.
setting up your scene that's vertical and what else you had to do to get things working for vertical Instagram?
Absolutely. That sounds great. I think you have the ability to share my screen right
I
now.
sure do.
All right, there it is. And I'm actually looking at program out from Aaron's screen. So I'm going to hop over to, there's my Instagram. But so here, okay, I can move this out of the way. You can see, and this is my eCamm Live dashboard on my MacBook Pro. It is eCamm. eCamm is a Mac-only live streaming software. So in my dashboard on the left over here, I've went ahead and built out my scenes. So you can see open my main cam, my second cam, guest cam, where Aaron's going to join us, my iPad share. So if you want to draw on the screen or an iPad and cast that widget, screen, another screen share, but with a website screen share video, and then close. And then I have all of the animated graphics and content that I want to share over here. And down here is any sounds I want to play, like maybe applause, or over here is green screen. So right now I have a gray backdrop behind me, and then this is where live comments will come in. So as soon as we start this stream right here where it says go live, then anyone watching from YouTube, because I'm going to multi-stream, will be able to comment, and I can go then put it on the screen, similar to the other day when Aaron joined and said hi from Portland. So I can just do things like that. And then down here is where Aaron's going to join me as a guest, and then I'll bring you in on that scene. But we do need to first get the stream key from Instagram. So let me know when you're ready for that. But that's what we'll do. If you can see my Instagram page right here, when you get the feature for Instagram Live Producer, you'll be able to click on this little create icon right here. And instead of it just being post, you'll also have the ability to click on live video to set up a stream and get a stream URL and a stream key. It is unique, so you will need to get a new one each time. So that's why I have to walk you through it for me to be able to stream out to Instagram and YouTube to demo this for you. So whenever Aaron gives me the go ahead, that's what I'll do.
Perfect. That sounds great. Let's go ahead and do that.
All right. Okay. So I got the green light. So first of all, in eCamm, you open that up, you build your scenes out, but you will need that to create an RTMP destination for Instagram. So what I would do is I go to my profile, click on create right here, click on live video. Is it large enough? Can you see it?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, perfect. It'll say add live video details in this little live video dialog box. You will have to add a title. So I'll just put Rocky Live with Aaron. We can type it. There we go. And then you can select audience. Will it be public, practice, or council? We're going to go public, then click on next. And all of this is will be, well, I have another screen where I can walk you through this slower as well. But here's the stream URL and the stream key. I'm going to copy that. Now it can only be used once, so don't worry. I'm gonna hide it really quickly and use it so no one else can, since I showed it off. And then I'll go, you add that RTMP destination in your software of choice. See, I've already created a stream that I'm gonna go live with. I would just double click on my Instagram RTMP destination that I created, and I would just update it here, click save. But let me show you how to set it up if you don't already have it. So you will click on new, and you would say, oh, I want to add Instagram. So if you didn't have that there, you would go to add a destination, and that's how you would get this screen, and you would go use RTMP stream key, and that's where you would add the URL and the stream key that Instagram gave you. Then you're going to end up being able to just add Instagram as a choice right here, and you can either go live instantly or schedule it. And if you do schedule it, just remember, if you've closed out Instagram, you will need to open it again like I just showed you and add that new unique stream key. So we can go live. What I'll do is, with that stream that I set up, is I'm going to click this, my upcoming one. There it is. And I'm just going to go live. You ready, Aaron? But first, let me make sure that I add you as a guest, right?
Yes, let's add me as a guest first. So we're going to use eCamm's.
We rehearsed this part because the audio, to make sure it doesn't echo.
Yeah. We're going to use eCamm's guest feature.
Where Aaron is. Let's do this. Okay. So Aaron, I'm going to have you join right here. Ooh, sneak peek how we can do
let me get the
an overhead cam. Okay, so Aaron has the key, and if you're looking at my desktop right now, right down here is the interview area. So you can add up to 10 guests with eCamm, a Mac only streaming software. I'm going to go ahead and add Aaron, and I'm going to assign him. Down here, I'm going to say assign to guest 1. He's already there. And now that was easy, right? I'm going to mute myself so you don't hear me twice.
Great. So far, so good. Okay.
Yeah, but I got to mute myself. There you go. How's that?
Yep, perfect.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to go live. We're going to go back to my open screen, and I'm going to count down. And I'm going to be streaming to both Instagram and to YouTube. Here we go. Go live. Yes. It says this broadcast is scheduled for 10:30, but we're going to go live early. Stream reduction. This is important. It says your stream needs to be changed to Instagram's maximum of 720p. So I had it at 1080p, but we're going to go ahead and reduce that. It will give you that notification eCamm, which is really helpful. And because I already teased this live stream and we're live now, if you go, we're live on eCamm. We're sending the feed to Instagram, but we are not live on Instagram. We have to go back to that. See, and you can see a preview of your feed being sent from your third-party software over to eCamm. Up in this top right corner right here, that's where you click go live. So now we're actually live, and I can say hello to everyone right there. You can see comments and the event log that your stream has successfully started. Go back to Instagram live, and I can say hello to everyone. Can mute my computer, and I look a little frozen.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here. Preview mode.
Did we tell the computer to do too many things at once?
We might, because we're both on yours, and this right here, I might need to end yours, but let's see here.
Let's oh no, your camera just froze, but we still hear you.
Okay, how about this? Close it. 1 second.
Okay.
I'll restart it.
I think it's possible eCamm froze.
It'll be right back.
Okay. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eCamm's never froze on me because this is the brand new M1, like the brand new Mac. It's like it doesn't usually get overloaded, but this is my first time coming in from a stream from someone else's stream using what is it called? Video Ninja?
Yeah,
so
and the webcam that Video Ninja has is also eCamm, right? So we're asking it to send a lot of video around.
Oh, we are. That's what it is. So how about this? How about I switch to, I have to not use my camera for this. So I'm going to change the camera that I'm using for you. That's a good point.
Should be able to click the little settings icon there.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and refresh that. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll let you switch it back to your scene. Can I hang up on the video?
If you hang up on the video, we won't be able to hear you anymore. But if you click on the little gear there, you can change the camera to something else.
Okay, I'll do that. So I'm going to change it to video source. We'll do face cam. I could do that. No, we'll use the FaceTime cam.
Okay.
It's not going to be pretty, but we're going to use it.
Got you on the green screen.
Okay. So back to
now
here.
You could actually, if you needed to, you could quit eCamm and restart it.
Okay, let me see if it might work here though. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart it then because I was using that camera, but I don't want to mess up my stream link. So give me a second. I'll just hop to this screen for now. Yeah, you can only use the camera in one at a time. So let me go ahead and minimize you over here real quick. Perfect.
Okay.
Refresh that. I'm just going to see if it gives me my camera back. It hasn't given me my camera back, so let's try this. I'm going to try.
I think eCamm is just stuck on its idea of what the camera is. Can you tell eCamm to use a different camera and then toggle it back and forth?
Yeah, I could do that. How about that? So I'm going to give you back the eCamm virtual cam. Actually, you know what? I can do this. I'm going to finish this broadcast here. I have to switch the cam fresh. Hold up. Okay. And then go back to here, and then I have to end the live video, discard it as a test to show you how quickly we can redo it. And say delete post. Say delete.
I just saw the live video ended over here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it ended. So that's how you end it. So now you know that. And then you said to select another camera. So we'll do that right here. Yeah. And I'll change my camera to, let me just switch it to this real quick. That's my drawing. And let me see if I can take it back.
Can you just restart eCamm now that it's not streaming?
Yep.
I think that might be the...
Okay. Can you still see me? Okay, perfect. So now that that's ended, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, and then is it back to my regular camera because I can't see it?
Nope, we lost your video.
Okay, I'll bring it back.
Oh, I think it's still on eCamm.
So what I'll do is...
The little gear icon.
I have to change it. The gear icon here, I have to change it to... What other camera? I don't want to use the FaceTime HD because it's not really... It's like...
Good enough.
It's a regular green screen. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, close those settings. And then I'm going to go back to eCamm. We'll start fresh.
Let's try this again. Round 2.
Yeah, round 2. So you can only use your camera on one platform, streaming platform at a time.
We are asking it to do an awful lot.
That was the one thing. Yeah, you can't do that with any software. You can't be reusing that, right? At the same time, you can't even do that in Zoom. The one thing we didn't practice. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
Shortcut. Starting it back up. And then let me know when you can, and then I'll let you know when you can share the screen. Ah, there we are. Okay.
Hey, okay.
So you can see my screen now.
Yep.
And I'm gonna...
So let's go back to...
There we go.
Great. So go back to the gear in that browser and change it back to eCamm. That way we get your non-green screen version on YouTube.
Oh, I don't want, though. I can't use the camera in both Video Ninja and eCamm.
Okay. Yep, you're right.
Yes,
let's
I
not
don't think
push
I
our
can.
luck.
Ah, yeah. So let's do this. Okay, so here we go. We're going to restart it. I'm going to go here and get my live video feed. So, and then after I'm done with this demo, then I can give you back my eCamm virtual cam. Here we go. Okay, so starting from the top. eCamm Live, create the RTMP destination, but let's get that new live video link since the stream key. Rocky Live with Aaron. Pharrell this time. Next, copy that. Hide it really quickly. We're going to go new. This is on the fly. This is good, Aaron. This is on the fly. Let's see. Here. Good thing your stream's still going. Okay. Add, then we're going to say, I'm going to tag you so that you have live with, we'll do that later. With, actually, I know yours. It's Aaron PK.
Aaron PK _TV.
Yeah.
Long story.
Yeah, okay. I'll put Rocky live with Aaron. So you have to title it, of course, or it won't let you go live. And we're just going to say go live now, right there. Public, and if you want, you can add also, where's our lower third option? We're just going to go live now because I think this is great. But first I want to come over here, update this stream key, and paste it right there. Save, go back to the first screen, go live now. And then you can let me know on your mobile phone if you can see this and if I'm moving, which would be good.
So that was go live in
eCamm.
Here,
and now we're, in eCamm to send the feed to Instagram.
Right.
Now we're going to go live to Instagram by clicking go live in the top right corner. Now I'm going to put I'm back.
And I see a notification in my phone that you went live. There it is.
Hey everybody, we are live here in Las Vegas, but I'm also virtually with Aaron Parecki, who is live on his YouTube channel right now. And I'm multicasting. I'm actually streaming to Instagram using Instagram Live Producer with eCamm live streaming software. And I'm going live to YouTube. So I'm going to have him join me as a guest for this live demo of Instagram Live Producer, giving you the ability to go live from your desktop computer on Instagram. So thank you for joining me. Also, don't forget, here we go. I'm going to take this off here and to subscribe on YouTube. And if you're here, please comment as well, because I can add those comments to the screen right here on Instagram. So thanks for joining and for your patience. I'm going to go ahead and hop right to the screen with Aaron so we can show him how I can bring him in as a guest by clicking right here. And he's going to join us in just a moment, and I'm going to mute over here. Hey, everyone. Perfect. Can you still hear me, Aaron?
I can still hear you. I forgot that I had to rejoin.
Okay, you said yes.
There we go. Hello.
There we go. We did it. Okay, let me add. Oh, you're already there. Look at the magic of eCamm. Okay, so everyone, if you don't already know, here's Aaron Parecki. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Aaron.
Hi, I am Aaron Parecki. Happy to be here. I am normally live on YouTube, doing a little guest stream on Rocky's Instagram. My channel is all about helping people live stream and use hardware video switchers like the ATEM Mini and the YoloBox and get better at live streaming. So testing out this really cool new feature with Instagram, streaming to Instagram via RTMP, and Rocky is running this show.
Yeah, because we've been on the same panel before with Technically Speaking at NAB here in Las Vegas. So Aaron's always on the top of the latest hardware and software solutions for live streaming, and we can't wait to learn more about the gadgets he has in his studio, including these amazing cases that he designed. So if you notice, I have an overhead cam that I am sharing through Instagram Live. These cases here, you want to tell me really quickly about what these are, since I'm sharing this overhead cam and it's spotlighting something you created?
Yeah. These are little stands and cages for hardware like the ATEM Mini and the YoloBox. It looks like you've got one of each there. So yes. That is tilts up the device at a nice angle, so you're not having to like look over it awkwardly, and gives you ways to attach things to the device. So wireless HDMI transmitters or like wireless microphones, things like that. It's a lot nicer to use these in these little stands. And
they are.
I've got a couple here myself. I've got the new one we did for the YoloBox. Actually, this is new design. It's a lot lighter weight, and in this one, the YoloBox just pops off quickly instead of being clamped in. So it's if you want to quickly take your YoloBox on the go, but also use it on the desk.
I like it. I had to put my glasses on really quickly to answer questions on Instagram. That was one thing I wanted to tell you. So thank you for doing the introduction and telling us a little bit about the PK1 stand and the other stands that you're creating for our live streaming devices. I wanted to, can you see my screen right now or no?
Yes, let's do that. Switch over.
Okay, you can, because I want to share a comment to the screen. So I'm going to go through my scenes really quickly so that everyone can see what you can do with Instagram Live Producer. So I have a countdown screen, which I'm going to shorten it for the next stream now that we got this down. So I'll be there. Then I'll be like, hey, thank you for joining the live stream here on Instagram. I can add graphics on the screen. I can ask someone to don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. I can also say, hey, don't forget, with a little simple one, don't forget to sub, or even a little Rocky to say, don't forget to like this on Instagram and comment below. You could do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put a comment on the screen from someone. Hey, hi, the podcast by Mata was there. And then I'm switching over to, you can still see the comment, by the way. I want you to see how it goes away quickly on its own, which is really cool. So I think I set it to 7 seconds. Hey, podcast by Mata. And then I can go also to an overhead cam. So you can use multiple cameras. I have 2 set up right now. So I have this wonderful overhead cam. I'm using the Elgato face cam just to have a simple overlay cam. And if I wanted to, I can convert this green screen into like a brick wall or something, but I'm not going to do that right now. Then back to Aaron, where we could talk about something and I can demo it right here on Instagram Live. So it's already creating a more dynamic broadcast where it's not just mobile phone video, your hand holding it, or if you have a gimbal, but this allows you to create scenes, to show animations on screen. I could even draw. So here I am using my iPad. I just plugged my iPad in. Let me go right here so you can see me. Let me know if I'm talking too fast too, because I do talk fast. But I just plugged my iPad in, Aaron. And so that I'm drawing in GoodNotes. It's a nice little app that I have. And I can plug it in with the cord you use to charge your iPad. I'm going to go back to here. and I can just like show you my light setup. So right now my setup is my little key light from Elgato, my Sony ZV-1. I have a little hub here for charging everything. I've got a little ring light right here. Got my iPad, my Stream Deck, that's me. And then over here is the Elgato face cam where I'm showing your cool products. And then of course the green screen behind me. And then if I wanted, I could also write on the screen by creating a, you can't see it because it's green, but making in GoodNotes a green screen. Yeah, and then I could just, you know, let's not write in black. Let's go ahead and write in white since we're on this gray background. I could just go ahead and change to say, hey, this is Rocky. How's it going? This would be great for sports, right? Like replaying and like Anna putting comments on the screen for sports. So that's really cool. And I can just easily hop between the two on my iPad using just two tabs. One is a green screen tab and the other is the drawing pad. Really easy. It's real time, which is great. I feel like I'm on QVC right now. I don't know, but I do. And that's not all. Here we go. So here's a widget. So you can see that I am live right now on YouTube as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my face up right here. And then I can resize this camera overlay. So you can add a URL widget, and there you go. And that's not, it's not going to be like where you share your screen, like or share a Chrome browser and it gets interrupted by notification or you forget to whatnot. This is just a widget. So you enter the URL and the widget pops up and it'll stay on. But what's cool about eCamm is that down here, I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can also turn it on so that you can be interactive with the website. So I'm going to actually zoom out over here though, because I'm a little too close on my face. We'll just leave it. We'll leave that for now. But watch, I'm going to scroll. So you can interact with a website as a widget. You can even click through it. I could hide my face here. And then I could just say, oh, these are all the videos I've created. I was just at the Latin Grammys for, and the gift suite for the talent. And then you can go through their shorts, all these different things. So you can interact with a website, which I really love. Another feature, let's say you have an educational Instagram live that you want to do. Why not just share a note from your phone to be able to walk someone through the steps of how to use Instagram Live Producer? And so that's what I did. I made a note in Instagram Live Producer, how to go live. And then I have a checklist, but I also took screenshots of each scene to say, go to Instagram, click on create, click live video. Then it'll bring up the option to select your audience and put a title. They'll select to go public. And you can also do practice. So don't forget that. You can also practice to see what it looks like so that you're not sending it out to public yet. And then after you've added that title, you click next. You get your stream key, which is unique. You have to get it every time or that feed's not going to make it to Instagram. Create that RTMP destination. Once it's there, you've added it. Then you put that stream key that Instagram gave you. Then there you go. Set up your stream to go live or schedule it. You start and then send that feed and click on go live in Instagram, and that's it. So that's what I have right here to demo for you. And then it's like, whoa, it really worked. So that's the last thing I want to show you is that what I also use it for is reaction videos or to tell you how you can work with me. So I'll show people this great little testimonial that was created by one of my clients who wanted to be able to go live with only cell phones around her kitchen to create a live stream cooking show on Facebook. So we used this new program, that's new platform rather, that this hardware that came out called the Roland Aerocast. It allows you to connect all these cell phones around your house on the same Wi-Fi network. And she created this dynamic show and I used overlays. It was really fun. And so we filmed that and I can talk about it and show people what it's like to work with me. And, or you could just do reaction videos, which would be great. And then I close out my live stream. So these are all very basic scenes. You're going to see amazing things now that Instagram Live Producer's out. Like here's my close scene. So that's my fast demo. I'm sure people are like, she talks so fast, but do you want me to go deep dive into anything else? Because I've got a lot of little things around here. Okay, but this is what you can do. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. I was keeping it really simple for today, but I had to share this when I saw that, Aaron was going to invite me on. So I was like, I got to show you. PK1 stands with my ATEM Mini and my YoloBox Pro. But I'm using eCamm right now, and it's amazing. I'm loving it. I mean, they're late to the game because, you know, desktop producing for Facebook, YouTube has already been out. So I'm excited that Instagram now has this ability so that people can add multiple cameras and overlays and really produce a show on Instagram Live.
Yeah, this is really a lot more
That's a
production
lot.
value than just a smartphone camera. So that's super cool to see that. Awesome.
Yeah. So do you want me to switch the cam and come back over, or you have any questions?
Yeah, let's wrap up the Instagram stream and then let's come back to
Okay.
YouTube and we can talk about some of the other options and behind the scenes stuff.
There's Aaron. Okay, let me show you how to end it. So you go back to your, now normally you say in the stream in Instagram, then go into your third-party software. But I'm noticing when I do that, it doesn't really end the stream. I saw somebody else do that. So I'm going to end it on Instagram first. All it'll do is freeze it on that frame, and that's fine. So I'm going to go to my closing screen again. See you all next time. And then
There we go.
So now
I saw it.
I'm back.
Ended
Yeah, like
here.
I'm back. Yeah, you saw it ended here, so it's there. And because I have things set to archive, that's not really going to close out. So we're actually good. I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to change my camera back.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to close out eCamm entirely. Actually, no, I'm not going to close it out entirely. I'm going to just go down here and go videos, eCamm, live virtual cam.
So if you have any questions for Rocky, drop them in the chat and we'll take a look at the YouTube chat in a second. Start your question with the letter Q and it'll put it in my little questions column.
And I'll bring you out as a guest. I'll disconnect with you as a guest on eCamm.
Yes.
I'm back.
Okay.
How does that look? Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yep. Can still hear you just fine. So let's get your computer screen out of there.
Awesome. Whew.
Okay. That was great. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was fun.
Very cool demo now that we got it working. So let's take a look at some of the questions here. I see a couple of questions that we'd love to have you talk a little bit about. From Renee, what is the main reason to stream on Instagram instead of YouTube?
It's really just another place to go live. So wherever your audience is, that's where you want to go live to reach with them and to be able to answer their questions more deeply with immersive content. So it's really just your choice of where you want to go live. It's the same as being able to use the producer dashboards for all the other social media platforms. It's just that now Instagram's in that game.
Yep, totally. Raul says, so is it it's RTMP, but you need to send vertical video. So yeah, I think we talked about that a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah, I believe auto crops too, though.
You have to do something special in eCamm, right? Can you show us that again?
Yeah, sure. So, but you can, I've seen other people say they go live and it just crops in, but I like to have more space around me. So I turned my Sony ZV-1 sideways and I went ahead, if you can see my screen up here, within eCamm, you can build a profile. So see, I have a regular Rocky Nash live profile, which is 16:9, and then I have an Instagram live one. So I just went up here in my options for stream size. You see it's set to 720, but the stream aspect I set to tall. And that was it. I just set it to tall and it came in like this. So it's already 9:16 vertical format. So it's that easy.
You've got a 9:16 canvas in eCamm. That way it's pushing the right size to Instagram. So
exactly.
I think if I were to push my, actually, I'm curious what would happen if I pushed my horizontal video from the ATEM Mini. Would it be sideways or would it
you want me to try?
Crop in? Hey, we can try it, right? And then
sure, let's try it live.
We can at least just preview it. You don't need to actually go live.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Here we go.
Yeah. So wait, if you want to send me a Send me
You can use
the.
the same guest link again.
Oh no, send me your stream key, and then I'll push video to Instagram, and then you can pull up it in your preview.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Stream key. That's interesting to know what it will look like. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I love it. You're so brilliant. This is why. You're brilliant, Aaron. Okay, so here we go. Now, no one else take this. Aaron's gonna. Oh, it's Nikki. I haven't done my AI profiles yet. Have you?
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, everyone's gonna like, look what I look like with this AI generator. Okay, so here we go. This is for Aaron. No one else.
I'll hide your screen
I'll
while
say
you
test.
copy that out.
No, it's okay because they can't copy it out from the screen that fast. So I'll just do practice mode.
Yeah.
Since we're not sending it out. And then I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna go back to you, and then I'll send it to you in the chat. This is gonna be fun. Okay. I'm so glad you thought of that. Got it?
I've got something. Is that the stream key?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it looks funny, but that is it.
It looks really funny.
I'm gonna copy it again. Let's try.
And then I need the URL also.
Yeah. Minimize the chat.
And then I'm gonna go to...
Okay, yeah, that was it. Okay, and then here, I'll send you the URL. Copy. Okay, send. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Ooh, it's RTMP. I wonder if...
Secure, right? Wait, let's see.
Let's find out if...
It does look funny.
Yeah, the stream key is really weirdly formatted.
It is. How I can email it to you.
We'll see if this works. I'm gonna load...
Okay.
I'm gonna load the URL into my backup ATEM, and then... Okay, so what I'm doing is I've got that ATEM Mini back there, which is the one that's going to be streaming to your Instagram. So as soon as I put us both back up on the screen, that should be going to Instagram. We'll see what happens. On air.
Okay.
It's not rejecting me. Okay, let's bring your computer screen back on. What do you see on Instagram?
Oh. Are you seeing that?
No, not yet. I think you're a little bit laggy. Okay, so it cropped in. So if I go back to like me full screen, this might take a minute to show up. There's a lag with your screen coming down to my switcher too.
Well, there is about a 5-second delay is what I've noticed.
On Instagram.
Like that's when I tested with other creators, from Instagram, there is a 5-second delay.
So it is cropping in. It's actually doing what you want, right? Which is the video that I'm sending is this right now. So it's my full shot, and I'm just sending that to Instagram, and it's taking the middle chunk.
Yep.
So it knows
it's working as advertised.
Yeah. So it knows that the video is not portrait and it's cropping, but then when you were doing it, you were giving it proper vertical video. So it's actually got better resolution that way.
Yes.
That's very cool.
Exciting. Yeah. That'd be so funny. I'll just go live. They're like, who is he?
Yeah.
They should know I pinned our photo from NAB there. I love it. Okay, so then if you just want to cancel this out, you don't want to go live, you just hit the little X. And it's done for.
Great.
Ta-da. Yeah, back to you.
And then
sending it back to you, Aaron.
Yeah, and then I can stop streaming on my end also. That's super cool. So
that was fun. Yes.
That was a good little test. I'm glad we did that.
I'm glad we did that because like when things go wrong, then you realize, okay, that was the one thing we didn't test. I was like, yes, that would make perfect sense that you can't share the same camera in eCamm and also in Video Ninja. Makes sense. But we needed to test it live to figure that out. And so next time it'll be perfect.
Yep. Here's a question from Christopher. Their help page says to use 44.1K audio. video is always 48. Did you have to change anything in eCamm about your audio settings?
No, it auto adjusts for me for anything I need.
Okay.
So I don't really look too deep into that, but let me go ahead and look because
And
certain things
we didn't
auto adjust
test the
eCamm.
audio that I was sending to it, so we don't know if that actually works.
Let me go to my preferences really quickly and see what it says. Preferences. Okay, audio. Doop. So I'm sending my audio from Elgato to Wave. The options are enable echo cancellation. I don't need that. Broadcast system audio. Never automatically mute. Mic delay. Map input channels 1 and 2 because you can separate it. And there's ISO recording as well, but I didn't turn that on. Nope, I don't see any options.
No options. Okay, interesting.
I use the Wave 3 mic. I have a different app for adjusting my audio because this is so I usually do that in what is it called? The Wavelink software. That's where I mess with my audio.
We'll have to test again later with sending the wrong bitrate audio, but
yeah, let's try that privately.
Yeah, good question.
Good question.
Jonathan says, so with a camera being vertical, the angle to YouTube would be vertical also. So, okay, here's kind of the magic of what Rocky's doing right now for this, which is eCamm is creating this virtual camera. So you've rotated your ZV-1, brought that into eCamm, and the eCamm canvas is 9:16, right? Vertical. So
exactly.
If you were to push to YouTube, you would be pushing vertical video to YouTube right now. Like,
yes. Okay. Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
What's amazing when you do turn your camera, not only do you have more real estate, because if I was doing horizontal and then cropping in, it'd be a lot tighter. So I have all this space to use, but also when you minimize, so if you have YouTube Premium, I'm not sure if it's for regular YouTube counts as well, but when you're watching a YouTube video and then you get a notification, you leave YouTube to go do something else, you know how it does the little picture in picture? Well, and 16:9, it's so small, but when you minimize, when you send feed vertical to YouTube, you take up more real estate. I took a screenshot of it. It's actually nice. It takes up a nice chunk of your screen.
I saw your Instagram or your YouTube post about that. Let me see if I can find it really quick.
Okay, and I'm also going to my YouTube page so you can see it because I can just go to that video. Okay, so here we go. I'm on my YouTube page. This video is not a short. It is me sending vertical feed to YouTube. And it, of course, this is what it looks like. It fills up the entire frame. And then if I were to switch out, let's say I want to go check on something. See if I can keep it playing. Make it full screen. Hang on. It's going to play an ad. I have premium. I must have turned it off. Did I not renew it? Here we go. This is what it looks like. Okay. So I'm sending vertical feed straight to YouTube. I hit on this little button here, just like you could with a 16:9 video to make it full frame. You make it full frame. Looks great. But here I go. I'm going to leave this and do something else. Look how much space it's taking up. Can you see that?
Yeah.
If it was a 16:9 video, okay, so here we go again.
It would be like tiny.
It would be itty bitty. Yeah, here we go. I can do it quickly.
That's a really funny sound effect.
Yeah, and it still has my logo on the bottom, which is great. Also, okay, here's my Latin Grammy video. So go like that, and I'm going to minimize that one. I mean, it's still a nice size, but it's only on the top.
Yep.
Yeah, so I like the way it looks when it minimizes too.
That's interesting. So you did in fact stream that little stream to YouTube just now, right? The test we just did?
Who knows? I probably deleted it. Let me see. Yes, I did go live to... Oh, it looks like am I still live? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I did. I streamed it there. But okay. I didn't set it up because in previous, where it's in YouTube dashboard in the studio, you can set it to auto start and auto end. I didn't do that for the one we did on the fly, but we'll see. So it looks like I'm still live.
Okay.
But no, it's fine. This is one watching, but it will freeze on that last frame I sent. So we're still good. It's there.
So it did auto start. It just didn't auto stop.
Yeah, this is what I'm looking like. But it did stop. It just doesn't say it did. So I'll go manually stop it later, but that's normal. It does. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is a, here, I'll show you what I'm seeing on YouTube. This
Yeah, I'm
is,
seeing.
yeah. So this is the video that we just did, and it's the right orientation. It's, although the thumbnail scrolly thing is stretched, but this is the video that we just did. There's both of us on the overhead, and it is a vertical live video. So with eCamm, you can push to both, and it will be the vertical video on YouTube. That's very different than pushing horizontal video to YouTube and vertical to Instagram, which would be something different. But that's
Yes,
also
I
going to
saw
be,
your video on that.
yeah, I did just do a video about that. It should be linked below already. But that was using the in-stream. So that was using this mode where I'm feeding my normal horizontal picture into this device. There's a rotate feature here, so I can flip this picture around. And notice that it's not cropping in. And that means I need to just cover the top and bottom with something. Otherwise, it looks kind of weird. So that's
Okay.
they don't have a way to zoom in on that yet. I hope they're going to add that on this, the way that like we just tried with ATEM Mini to Instagram, where it just auto cropped in.
And one thing that I'm looking forward to as well is Instagram opening up to be able to send the comments into your third-party software, because you saw how I was able to add a YouTube live comment, but I couldn't add the Instagram live comment to my screen in my third-party software, eCamm. So that's another thing that I hope that they enable, because when I'm streaming to YouTube and Facebook or YouTube and something else, I can. So that's something I'm looking forward to Instagram adding.
Hopefully they add that. Yep.
Right. But we were able to interact with people in the comments from, you just had to keep your Instagram live producer, desktop screen open, and then I could see everyone's comments. It looked like so I could just do it, answer questions from the desktop.
So you get your own view of the comments on Instagram, but you just can't bring them into eCamm like the other ones yet.
Right. Because they don't auto-populate. They don't just start coming into the comments and reaction section.
So Jonathan says, with the in-stream, you could go to both with native ratios for each platform. So right now, the way I have the in-stream set up is the horizontal video that is on YouTube will appear inside small on Instagram. So it is a native vertical stream on Instagram, but the top and bottom is just kind of wasted space. Like you can use it for text and stuff, but
right. I like
the video is,
you put your brand. Yeah.
Brand colors, text, overlays. I can put a little live thing in the corner. What you can't do right now is crop in on the middle of that with the in-stream. And
okay,
I expect they'll probably add that in an update, but that's kind of the limit right now. Last week on this live stream, I did a very convoluted workaround to make that happen, which does work technically, but it's not like something that's I would just casually recommend you do.
Right.
But with the Instagram RTMP, you can push horizontal video to YouTube and to Instagram, and Instagram will crop in on the middle.
Which is great. Yes. For those who aren't using all of this, like what we are doing, it'll help them out.
Yeah.
Right. But I thought it was great too, because last minute, I mean, we rehearsed on Thursday. I didn't add the drawing your screen thing. That was just something last minute. I was like, oh, you know what? Somebody might want to annotate like a sports game. Let me see if I can set that up right before Aaron calls me. So, and that works. So I was like, there's a lot of use cases for this that I'm looking forward to using more, actually. So thanks for doing this test with me. I'm like, is there any other questions? I can't see the questions on eCamm. You can see the questions in the interviews.
Oh yeah,
the comments.
Sorry, I don't have a way to send you the questions other than just you watching the chat. But a couple other things here. I think Raul says, can I do that in OBS? So I'm pretty sure that you can make a portrait video in OBS and send that over RTMP also, and that would work just the same as eCamm. Of course, you don't get all the fun features of eCamm. But you get different features in OBS.
Right. You just have to build them. You just have to I love both. But yeah, I'm seeing
Yeah.
this. I love it. It looks so good. Like I'm watching your YouTube live.
I like the little layout we've got here.
It looks great. I love your brand colors. Yes, it's working. It's working. I love it. Okay, I'm checking the comments now because here we go.
The
And I know. Go ahead.
one question here: do you think eCamm or YoloLiv is better? Question for both of us. I haven't used the eCamm in vertical mode. I've used it a little bit on my own for YouTube. I think they're different. I think that actually both have a place because depends on how you want to be managing graphics and other multiple cameras and things like that. I don't also own a computer that I trust to run eCamm because I tend to buy like just the cheapest computers. So all my computers are like the base model
I don't
M1
believe
right now.
you.
Yeah, I know. The one I'm on right now is the base model M1 Mac Mini, and my main laptop is the base model M1 MacBook Air. I do all my video editing on that and everything. Might be upgrading soon, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, I know if you didn't, it's because that amazing rack system that you have going on in the
Yep.
studio. You're set up well. But and to answer the question for me, yeah, they're different things. You don't need the YoloLiv Box or Pro to go live from your desktop to Instagram Live Producer. That's the whole point. You can have a laptop, attach cameras to your computer, and go live with a dynamic stream directly using third-party software, OBS, eCamm, Wirecast, StreamYard, Restream, like do different things and just directly set up an RTMP destination and go live to Instagram Live Producer. YoloLiv is a physical product where if you just wanted to take it out, an all-in-one solution in the field, take that stream URL and that stream key, and then go live with multiple cameras plugged into the HDMI ports, then use it that way for the YoloLiv YoloBox Pro to have multiple cameras going into your Instagram Live broadcast. But you don't, this is the whole point of being able to go live from your desktop using eCamm or OBS or a third-party streaming software. You don't need another device, just your computer, your cameras, plug them in, load your graphics, and you're good to go. So not really something to compare. They're completely different.
Yeah, and I think that there's a lot of just some people just prefer one style over the other, and
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
I prefer to have the YoloBox as when I'm out on the go and streaming. I like having that be what I use. I would rather that than bring my computer with eCamm or OBS or anything. But other people
Exactly.
have different feelings about it. It's totally fine.
Oh, I agree with you because like, am I going to set my laptop up with these cameras if I'm out and about? Probably not. It'll be easier to bring my YoloBox Pro and then just put the stream URL and key here from my phone, paste it into here, and I'm good to go. I'm not going to bring my laptop. I just wanted to use that show overhead cam.
Yep.
I'm not going to use my laptop to produce in the field like that. So I prefer like us in a webinar situation or a convention or at home, I'm going to use eCamm, but maybe the YoloBox Pro is better for remote for me.
David says, are you live on Instagram right now? Nope. We finished the demo a little bit ago, but we did do a live stream from here to Rocky's Instagram. So there should be a link to that below to find that on her profile. And you saved it there, right? So we can go back and watch
I
it.
haven't. So that's a good question. Maybe we should do it again really quick. So I have an example of one. It's already pinned.
Okay.
So you can just see my little countdown in the top 3 pins. Just go ahead, go to, I only have but it's Rocky Nash Live also over on Instagram. I don't have a little pop-up for that, but you can see it. I absolutely saved it. And then you have to have in your Instagram settings, archive live. Because if not, and when you discard, it's going to be gone forever. So that was one thing I'm glad you mentioned. Just keep in mind, it is a unique stream key. Also, before you go live to Instagram using Instagram Live Producer, go into your settings, archive live, and turn that on so that it archives so that you can then, the stream will be there and you can select it and share it to your grid and to your stories and just have it. Yeah. So thank you for mentioning that. That was a great question because I have it set and I could now I could go in and find that archive of our live to Instagram and share it out.
Yep.
Yeah, don't forget to do that.
Question for you from Eric.
Hey, Eric.
What is the overhead cam that you're using?
Oh, it's just a simple. And I'm going to sound humble like Aaron. It's an Elgato face cam. So let me switch back to it. This camera, it's just an Elgato face cam right there.
That's pretty good.
In fact, yeah.
So you're using
I just not a second computer.
Face cam for the overhead and ZV-1 for your main shot?
Exactly.
It's pretty good setup, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a simple little setup at home because, as you know, like I've used all the things. Oh, and that's another. I really don't have a preference. I'm unbiased. So, like Aaron was saying, I've used all the gear. I've beta tested it, all the platforms. So my goal is to help a creator or an experienced like journalist who wants to create a show. I go in like based on what their budget, their experience is, what they want to build. That's what I build. So at home, this is all I need. But I've absolutely used professional DSLRs and PTZ cameras to build out streams. But if you don't need that, don't do it. That's why Sony ZV-1, face cam from an overhead cam, and I leave this here. That's it. That's all you need. You don't have to go overboard. But that's not great. Overboard, because it's necessary in some situations. Yes. Yes. I don't want to say it because as I talk to you.
Yes. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Let's wrap this up with Paul's question.
Okay.
Will you take 30 seconds or so to summarize the findings? So, and then we'll let you go because we've already been going an hour. I don't want to keep you for the full 90. I will do a little behind the scenes after to explain like what I've got here to bring you in. But what did we find on Instagram? So Instagram Live Producer gives you an RTMP URL and stream key to push video to. You can push vertical video from creating vertical layout in eCamm and use the full resolution of your software. You can also push horizontal video and it will take the middle chunk of the horizontal video. And then you have to be more careful about your layouts and not putting graphics on the side where it gets cut off and all that. What did we find? You went through the steps of actually setting it up. So
yes, and the stream key is unique. Each time you need to enter that into your third-party software.
Right, it's not persistent like you can do on YouTube. And you can scroll back to watch the actual step-by-step of going through the whole process. David
and
go
ahead. And just make sure, just because you click start on your third-party software, it has not started Instagram. You'll have to go back to Instagram Live Producer and then press go live. And I will do right before I hop off, like just run through my scenes here because it won't mess up, to show you all the steps really quickly.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's a great tip. And there's no like auto start, auto stop like YouTube has. YouTube actually lets you do either one if you want. So you can have it auto start, auto stop, or you have to click the go live and end button, which is how I prefer to have it set up, where there is that manual step. But Instagram is only that way. David asks, can somebody search your Instagram for past live streams?
So if you've chosen to share it, so if you've archived in your Instagram settings, you can share it then and post it to your grid. So you can search my reels. It's saved as my reels right now. If you go look on my profile at Rocky Nash Live, you will be able to see at least 3 Instagram lives that I've saved.
Cool. Yep. Do you have a picture of your behind the scenes of your studio?
I do not. I gotta set up a photo shoot and do all that.
Yeah,
but it will not compare to what Aaron has. So I'm gonna take some time to put that together. Thank you for that question.
Yeah, I think people would love to see how you've got things set up and where the green screen is relative to the rest and all that.
Well, it looks great. You don't like my little drawing here? Where is it? Wait, you didn't like this? This wasn't enough? No, just kidding. Let me turn off my little widget.
That's great. Michael says, can you use eCamm for free? That's a good question.
So you can get a 14-day free trial to eCamm, and I've only had the pro version, so I don't know. Because I wanted to have multiple guests and I wanted to use the beta features, so I'm not sure about the free version, the trial rather. So, but definitely click the link in the description that Aaron put there. There's a link to a 14-day free trial, and you can also see what different price plans there are.
Perfect. Okay, that was great. Let's thank you, Rocky, for joining.
No, you're welcome. I'm going to flip through the scenes real quick just to show you what I set up to go live to Instagram.
Perfect.
So this will look just like this if I go live to Instagram right after our broadcast.
Yep.
Here we go. I have a countdown screen. Then I go to my main screen. I pop up my name as an animated graphic. I remind people to subscribe if I'm multicasting to YouTube as well. Then I can switch to an overhead cam to show off these amazing PK1 stands. And then I can also have Aaron come in as a guest. If he were to use his link, he could just use it and come back in. I could draw on a screen, and I could also draw on a camera overlay. I can share a widget that allows me to share a URL, and I can interact with that URL as well, a website, to walk people through it. Then I can also, if I were to go here, I could take notes if you wanted to do an educational stream, and I can walk people through the steps of setting up Instagram Live Producer or whatever else you want to teach. You can also do reaction videos. So I'm going to come back here so you can show promo videos, and then you can create an end screen.
That is fantastic.
Those are just the basics. That's the basics of what you can do in Instagram Live Producer.
That's a lot. And that was all those scenes you set up were in eCamm? Is that right?
I did. I set up all of these scenes in eCamm, and I can add more guests, but I just thought it looked nice that way. But you can add, we tested adding multiple guests as well. So you can absolutely do that.
That's super great. Love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, Aaron.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. We're going to let you go and take a little breather here, and then I'll walk through the behind the scenes of this stream to talk about how I brought Rocky in and screen shared. And I should take a quick picture before we go of the multi-view so that we can use that as a reference. Say cheese. Cheese. Great. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to trim the video and post it to my YouTube channel as well.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. We will see you later, and subscribe to Rocky. Her link is below. All right.
Bye.
Okay. Thanks, Rocky. That was super great. I am going to take a look at the comments here again, and we'll go through a quick behind the scenes of how I did that stream, because there was a lot going on there, and then we'll wrap this up. Also, thank you for the super chats. These came in a little bit ago. Thanks, Jason, for the super chats. Happy Sunday. Yes, happy Sunday to everybody. And that was that was a lot. That was a good stream. And also thank you, Joshua, for the Swiss francs. Appreciate it. So glad Rocky could join us. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about what it took to do that stream, to get Rocky in, to be able to show you her screen, her video, my phone from Instagram, all that. I'm going to try to keep it brief. There's a lot here, so feel free to pause and scroll back. Let's start with the outside view of what I'm looking at. So this is why I was looking this direction all the time, because my multi-view is over there. Sorry, it's kind of blocked by the teleprompter, but the multi-view is me keeping an eye on the different angles and what's on the program screen. But I also have a teleprompter here where I can see the web presenter on air, and that's what I was mainly looking at, to be able to see, talk to Rocky as a guest. So the way that we were talking was using video.ninja. So I had sent a video.ninja link to Rocky earlier to be able to have her join as a kind of like a video call. So that just gives her a way to join it in a browser. You were seeing that on her screen several times throughout the stream of changing the settings in there. And that gives a way to share a camera as well as screen share within there. So I had 2 feeds coming from her, camera and screen share. So the camera feed was in fact vertical video because eCamm was set to vertical. So she was sharing a vertical stream at me. And what I had done was put that into, put her into 2 different scenes in Video Ninja. So in Video Ninja, when your guests join, they will pop up here, and then you get the option to add them to different scenes. So I had her video set to scene 1 and her screen set to scene 2. Then I need to get that into the switcher. So to get it into the switcher, I have these 2 inputs over here. Video Ninja, that is a separate computer over there, which is running OBS with a little Ultra Studio. That is the Ultra Studio Mini, I think is what it's called. Monitor Mini. And that is a little device from Blackmagic that looks like this, and it doesn't look squished. It looks like that. It has Thunderbolt in and HDMI and SDI out. So I ran the SDI out from that into the switcher. That was for her video. That was coming out of OBS. So OBS web page capture of Video Ninja into there. We need schematics. I'm not actually sure how much that would help. There's just a lot of lines. But just imagine, I wish I could actually point a camera over there, but I'm running out of, I don't have enough to do that. Computer there, OBS for her video to come into that slot. For her screen share, I just need to pull up another web page and get it into here, right? But I was out of computers. So, because this computer is busy running this stream. So I needed a second web page capture to HDMI or SDI. And for that one, I used an Amazon Fire TV stick. So it's the 4K version, but that's just like the latest version. And there is a little web browser app that you can use in there to navigate to a link. So I navigated that to the Video Ninja link for her screen, for scene 2 with her screen. My theory with that one was that there's usually less, the motion on screen share is usually less important than motion in a picture. So I wanted the probably slightly underpowered device to be doing the less intensive work. So I used that for her screen share, and it seemed to be fine. So Scott says, oh, it hasn't shown up on my other page yet. There it is. Was the Blackmagic device acting as a second monitor for your computer through the Thunderbolt port? Sort of. It's not actually a separate monitor. Here, I can show it to you on this screen, which I can share with you. I should be able to jump back to this. Yep. This is the OBS for actually my stream. So when I share a comment, it'll pop up. You'll see it on the screen here. Actually, let me do that really quick. Let me put that question on the screen, and then you'll see it in OBS, right? So this is doing a web page capture of my comment overlay to get it into OBS, and then OBS is outputting over that device. There's a special section here once you install the Blackmagic tools called deck link output. On this computer, I have the Ultra Studio 4K, which is the rack mount version with 2 outputs, so I can do proper key fill graphics with transparency. On the other computer, I didn't need an alpha channel. I just need a video feed, so I used the tiny little dongle that I showed you. It's not really a second monitor. It doesn't show up like a monitor to the computer, but that's actually why I like it, because there's no chance of like putting a cursor over there or having your window suddenly drop full screen. So it's specifically to output from apps like OBS and other software to that device. So that's the reason that I like it for that. So not quite like a second monitor. Okay, so basically she was coming in as 2 web pages. Web page through OBS for video, a web page on the Amazon Fire TV for screen share. And then I just have the video feeds in here. Ooh, did I make my multi-view macro? I did. I don't know why it's overhead. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's because I had it set to something else before. I had my camera is plugged in wrong, or the other way before. So this is the multi-view of my Constellation. It is, there we go. Switch that back to the main camera. This is the multi-view of the Constellation, so you can see the Video Ninja feed and the Fire TV feed over there. The 4 cameras that I have here, and then we've got the Apple TV. And the Apple TV was what I was using to share my phone screen. So when I pulled up the Instagram feed of her actual stream, I was showing it on my phone. So I open up Instagram on my phone, and then can actually pull up the live feed. And of course, it's tall and skinny, so I had to set up my super sources. So my super sources are where all the magic happened. And you can see I've got 2 because I've got the Constellation for me. So there's, there they are over there. 2 super source, 1 super source 2. 1 is showing out my computer layout, and the other is that 3 up. But normal when I had her in, I had a, didn't think that was actually going to change to that. I had this layout, and this layout. These 3 super source layouts, all using the same super source 1. You can see the browser on the Fire TV now that it's not got a video to show. And those were all rotating out through super source. And I saw somebody ask earlier, how I did the smooth transitions from the super source views. So that was using MixEffect. So if you go to, here, I'll show MixEffect here really quick. Let's go back to full screen on the overhead. So MixEffect is this app for iPad. It's got a bunch of cool features. It's like a full-on switcher that can do even more than the switcher desktop program can do. But if you go to the super source section, I saved the 3 layouts in MixEffect, so it knows about the layouts. And now I can just tap this and it will animate. So it'll slide that in, show her in the computer, all 3, and then we can go to the 2 up and get rid of the computer feed. And what that looks like when you see it on the multi-view, watch the super source 1 in the corner. You'll see as I tap it, it animates. So that is actually MixEffect doing that animation, which is super cool. So that's why I had this out in front of me to control that. And yeah, what else do I have? The other layout was the super source in super source 2. So again, the big Constellation has 2 super sources, not just 1. So I was able to keep the layout that I was using for both of us chatting active, and also have one ready to go for the 3 up, whereas my phone and the 2 feeds. And you might notice that this does not currently have a phone border around it, because that is actually sitting on one of the upstream gears. So I think I have to press my macro to do it. And that should, oh yeah. My macro is missing 1 action apparently, but you can see the phone overlays in there now. I need to change ME2 back to super source. There we go. So the phone overlay just sits on top of the Apple TV, basically. So it's the Apple TV cropped in, and then I've got the little graphics to cover the corners and make it look like a phone. And that is that layout. So that was pretty fun too. And then cutting away. Speaking of things just having more room to play with the big Constellation, that's the kind of stuff that I can do it on the smaller switchers, but it takes more very careful, like making sure that you turn things on and off. Whereas with this one, I can just have things just more set up and ready to go to cut back and forth. So like that layout is sitting there ready to switch to it right now, and I can see it. I don't have to push a button and sort of hope that things get configured right. So yeah. Scott says, what kind of feed are you sending to the Fire TV? That was a Video Ninja feed. So when you invite a guest on Video Ninja, let's go back to that one. When you invite a guest and they join, let's do this to myself. Join with camera, and then let's not grab the web presenter. Let's grab the other ATEM. So this is what it looks like as a guest, and as the host, I see the guest now is here. So this is now I can add myself to scene 1, and I pop in on that computer screen over there. And then for the screen share was what I was using the Fire TV for. Screen share was, you can go here and share your screen. These two icons are very similar, and I keep not knowing which one to click. Let's share just, let's say, my companion tab, and in the control room, now I see the screen. So that was Rocky's screen, right? And then I can add that to scene, add to scene 2. And then it pops up over there. So now my multi-view has my delayed feed from Video Ninja and my screen share on the Fire TV. So that's what I was using that for. The one thing about the Fire TV, you may notice that you see the navigation on it. You can see that address bar. So that's the one little bit annoying thing, is that there is an address bar and you have to use the remote to go and down here and full screen. Whereas the Video Ninja feed is a clean feed because it is coming out of OBS over that Ultra Studio device. So yeah. Let's take a look at last minute questions. Eric says Apple TV phone overlay looks great. It works. Scott says thanks. So NDI to the Apple TV, wireless screen share to Fire TV, and hardwired feed for the Blackmagic output. Actually, no. My laptop over there is on Wi-Fi. I should have hardwired it in, but it did fine. The Apple TV is Wi-Fi. My phone was actually not NDI because I was just doing AirPlay. So that was AirPlay to the Apple TV. So just regular, like, go into the phone and do, screen mirroring, and this is my Apple TV. It's called Studio, very creative. And then it just shows up on the Apple TV, which is very convenient. David says, this is the 3rd time this week I've heard about Instagram Live Producer. Cool, yeah. They are slowly rolling it out. I don't have access to it yet, so I'm glad Rocky could show it off for us. Thanks so much for joining, Rocky. Cool, a few minutes left. Oh, yes. I want to make me a lower third really quick. So Lily's stream starts in 9 minutes, and he's doing a planner giveaway, and just sent me a lower third that we need to load into the ATEM and make a companion button. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's pull up. Let's make sure my super source is. Oh, I need to get my other tab out of here because it's slowing my computer down. Let's get rid of the Video Ninja link. Leave the control room. There we go. So back over to companion. This is Lily's companion. It looks like she's already streaming up to YouTube. And let's give her a new button here. I think these are overlays, right? Yeah, these are lower thirds. So let's make a new button next to the pumpkin. And let's call it Planner Giveaway. And we're just going to basically do the same thing as we did here. So pick a graphic from the media pool, set it on the downstream keyer 1, set that on air, and apparently I made a macro to set the pre-multiply key off. In fact, We're just going to copy that button, put it here. And we're going to call this planner giveaway. And give it a different color. Let's give it, I don't know, blue. Maybe it should be a book. Why didn't that work? Go, book. There we go. We need to actually upload that. So let's go over to the ATEM, which is, I always forget. Did I get it? I did. And load it in here. So, oh, I was using that to screen cap from Rocky earlier. Can I just drag it out of here? I don't know if this is going to work. It might work. And then that's going to be copy of White Plume Minimal Relaxing Music Playlist YouTube thumbnail. I think that's Canva giving us very creative names. So let's go ahead and see if that works. I want to pull up the multi-view. Let me do that really quick. I should have this saved to pull up the multi-view from that ATEM, and then we'll see what's going on. Okay, so, oh, she's on air. But I think that's okay. I think we're not actually live yet. Here's the multi-view of that ATEM. So let's try it. There she is. Let's see what happens. Hey, that worked. Do I have a way for her to take it off? Does it, yeah, pressing it again turns it off. Cool. Okay, that was it. Easy enough. Just in time for her to start the countdown again for actually going live. Cool. Any other last minute questions? Scott is reminding us to click a thumbs up icon on the YouTube stream. Thank you, Scott. Saul, thank you for another great video. See you next Sunday. Absolutely. Lily says, I have a copy of a sold out planner, so I figured out how to give it away. Very good. Thanks, the Janiverse, for joining. Thank you for all the questions. Oh, Rocky's back here with the follow-up. Just checked, eCamm offers a 14-day trial, and the monthly plans are $20 a month or $40 a month for Pro. Very cool. Eric says super source animations via MixEffect suite. Great choice. Yeah, I think it's a really cool feature of MixEffect. Thanks for joining, Freddie from Venezuela. Are there any major changes between eCamm and YoloLiv? We talked about that a little bit earlier. I do think I should probably do a more in-depth video about that because there are some differences and different capabilities between the two, for sure. What hardware would you add to an ATEM Extreme that streams to YouTube to add a vertical stream to Instagram? So what we discovered was that Instagram will take the middle section and just crop it. So if I were to stream this to Instagram, it would crop that, which is fine, but then like my comment, the comment wouldn't work. So you'd have to do all your graphics in a different thing. But that's really true. That's not really like a technology limitation. That's just, if you are cropping the middle part of the video, then you need to make sure your graphics are built to not get cropped off the ends. So I would have to redo my graphics to not use the sides if I wanted to stream this to Instagram as a middle chunk. Otherwise, you can do what I do with the in-stream, which is send a landscape video into the in-stream. That way, whatever's on YouTube, the full screen shows up on the in-stream, which is the other way to do it. All right. David, thank you. Helping the algorithm by clicking on the like button. Appreciate it. My first intuition is to run aux2 into a web presenter and use companion triggers to follow the program, but turn each camera 90 degrees and zoom in. Yeah, the problem is that turning your cameras works, but then you can't turn both. So go back to the last week's stream and you'll see the little trick I did of using software to actually rotate the video. But that was definitely a hack. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up and send you all over to Lily's show. Thank you for joining. Thanks for all of the super chats, and thanks for being here every week and all the questions. It was really great to see Rocky here. Hopefully we gave you a good demo of the YouTube live producer tools, and hopefully it gets rolled out to more people soon, because it sure sounds like it. I did link down in the description to Instagram's documentation for Live Producer, so follow that link and they should hopefully then at least say when it will be available. Thanks, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for joining, and I will see you all again next week. Bye.